Oh, man, they're the counter. Why is it? You know, that's the way they built it.
Yeah, 15 years ago.
Yeah, it says
20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, call to order for the July 10th, 2023, regular scheduled planning commission. We'll start us off with a prayer and then we'll dive into roll call. Let's pray. Father God, we just thank you for today. Thank you for the weather. Thank you for the sun. And Father, I just pray that you would give us wisdom to do the will for the city and guide us. And through this conversation, may we glorify you in all that we do. Christ in prayer. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Here.
Mayor Lloyd, Member Friesen,
Here.
Member Lehman, Member Moody,
Here.
Vice Chairman Givens,
Here.
Chairwoman Gray.
Excellent. You all should have received the last month's June's meeting minutes. Any comments?
Those are approved.
Corrections? Got a motion to accept?
Second.
Second, roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yay.
Member Friesen,
Yes.
Member Moody,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Givens.
Yes. All right, bringing up old business zoning case 2. Turn it over to staff.
Hi, good evening. Sorry, this thing's not working. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. My name is Jason Allen. I'm the city planner for the city of Collegedale. So zone 2023-02, this is the case that was deferred up until this month. So just a little brief overview again. So the applicant is proposing the rezone of 2 parcels, 4690 and 4688 University Drive, on the east side of University Drive from low-density single to family residential district, R2, and that'll be going to the University District, which is U1. So here's a vicinity map and the location. You can see University Drive is directly to the west. I'll just go ahead and just show these and we'll continue. So last month, this is the site plan that was given or provided. It shows the abandonment of the 2 parcels that are being taken by the parent parcel that the university currently owns. These are the 2 parcels just highlighted, showing what's being changed with their zone. So this is the site plan that the applicant has drawn up, just based off of last meeting. If you see to the south, they will have a 20-foot buffer of landscaping and a retaining wall here to cover any headlights from the parking of cars, just so the headlights don't bleed over to the residential units. Then here's an enlarged view of that. So for the landscape, there is a 20-foot landscape buffer between U1 and the residential zone to the south, and the applicant did show that on their site plan. So just basic overview, staff comments. I mean, we agree with the change of zone. We think it would be a good fit and it's a proper use of the property. So with that, staff recommends the approval of zone 2023-02. If there's any questions, I'm here to answer and the applicant's here as well.
Great. And if you step forward, just state your name and your phone number. And commission, any questions or comments?
No, I think the property, I understand, is going to be set down lower than lights penetrating the neighbor's house. Is that correct, Marty?
Yeah, the homeowner's here, Rachel Bird.
Okay.
So we've had conversation.
I like the way the site plan looks.
My husband and I are fairly satisfied with the plan to prevent, I'm Rachel Bird, and my number is 423-236-2739. And I live at 4686 University Drive. And we're reasonably satisfied with Mr. Hamilton's attempts to accommodate us and prevent the noise and the lights. But I do have one question about the traffic pattern, if that could be explained, please.
Marty Hamilton, Southern Adventist University, 423-240-7914. I have our engineer here. From our meeting last time, I'll just remind the council, we've been having safety concerns on actually College Drive East and the way the elementary school traffic would back up to this complex's entrance. And for safety reasons, we started diverting the students out the back, which is at the top of the map here, and it shows those tight lines. That was the old driveway. And we want to abandon that and grade that hill off and then move. As you come into the complex, there's a driveway down on the bottom by this bottom building that you actually will come in and then enter out onto University Drive. The purpose of that is we want to be sensitive to the fact that code requires a 150-foot setback from driveways. So we feel, plus the visibility of looking up University Drive and down makes this much more of a safety issue. So it would also mean that students can come in and out this way. So it won't be one way, it'll be two way.
Thank you.
I guess maybe, because catching up here a little bit, so these are planned developments, I guess from a sewer standpoint, downstream, everything's good from a capacity standpoint to add this additional load onto the existing infrastructure, or is there a plan for increasing downstream?
Yeah, I'm Dan Moose with Austin Engineering, 423-223-5800. We did look at sewer. The more southern building to the right of it, there's an existing building, and right now there is about 6 foot deep sanitary sewer that's on an 8-inch line, public sewer. And the plan is to extend it from there now up and bring public sewer to all 3 buildings, and there is capacity available.
For how long?
How long?
For this development?
There is capacity in the sewer lines for this development. I can't speak about what Moccasin Bend might have, but
as far as this development, this would be the end of the line for that development unless somebody ties on to that, and then.
that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be the last. This will be the last buildings for this project because we've looked at all the other land around it and there just isn't room enough. Plus we try to keep green space on the entrance. So this would really be kind of the final sizing of this apartment complex.
And stormwater is kept separate from that.
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, I don't see where the road would be. Could somebody show that?
Sure.
Show that?
Is that you?
Yeah.
So Rachel, right there, you come in Timberland Terrace and then the road turns left here and goes out to the street.
Oh, I see. Okay. Wow, that's ambitious.
Well,
Yeah.
And I would say 50% of the traffic would be going out that, but the other 50% would be heading back out to College Drive. So we're splitting the traffic both ways, which is a more safe way to do it.
I know this is zoning, so we're getting into a little bit of design questions. I apologize.
Totally fine. That's what this is for.
And then from an ADA compliance standpoint, do we have the right number of accessible stalls?
correct. Yeah. Every time we build, we build an ADA unit. I think it's also important to know about the traffic because what we know as Spalding Elementary or the CA's elementary school, they've pulled some permits for grading, but they're going to be building a new elementary school. The university will be able to get the old Spalding school facility and it will no longer have that vehicular traffic. So it'll actually help the traffic that's in this complex too.
So to circle back back to the ADA, is the property in of itself ADA compliant as far as an individual leaving this premise to get to the university, if that's the purpose of this?
Yeah, technically sidewalks, with the sidewalks that are there.
Sidewalks are all at grade that they need to be, I mean, because I know that there's some significant excavation or
Right.
cut fill here, right? So I'm just asking appropriately, or do we have the right grades established? For the-
Yeah, we have other apartments in this complex, so if it would be surprising to have that many actually used. But we do have multiple ADA units already. So we would put them where it's the most friendly.
But that's irregardless by code, you gotta have.
Yeah,
the right
yeah,
grade, right?
yeah.
Just want to make sure we're meeting code there.
So say again about the elementary school there, then the changes that are going to be happening.
Spalding Elementary, the university is going to acquire that building.
Okay.
So we will turn it into an academic building for college level students. So I don't know what's going in there yet.
Okay.
But the purpose was the elementary, there's so much traffic with mom and dad picking the kids up, that part of our goal was the purchase of it and the moving of the elementary school will move the traffic away from that intersection.
And the elementary school would go where?
It's going to go next to the middle school.
Okay. Okay.
And so because of this, and then I guess I'm going to go back to the stormwater separate from the sewer. It looks like it's just daylighting into a ditch. Is that what?
Yeah.
Collection systems are?
So the plan is, and it's not fully studied yet at this preliminary stage, but the plan is to provide stormwater detention for the new addition and take that from the pre-developed, the post-developed storm down to the pre-developed conditions to the city ordinance. And then the plan is to outlet, like you say, right there at University Drive, sort of across from the outdoor, the health building, is that right?
It's an outdoor education.
Outdoor education. Because there's an existing ditch and that would allow us to release the water so that we're not releasing it directly into the creek and having to get an ARAP permit.
I would just make sure that our stormwater calcs are good there. I mean, we've all experienced the flash rains here.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so the first thing people will say is now the water's flowing over the road, right? When we go from grass to asphalt to pavement to roofs, right? So these are things that we just need to make sure that we're taking care of.
I agree.
From a pre and post condition, right? So
Absolutely.
That's an easy calculation. And if we need a sedimentation basin or retention basin, let's just figure out what we got to do to make that happen.
We will do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, the commission needs to know that the request last month was to see kind of a vision of what we were doing, because we haven't even met with the city
Yeah.
on a
No.
pre-construction, pre-design meeting, so.
No, we're just,
We knew that.
yeah, these are all things that have to be addressed.
This is exactly what,
Zoning, but if you can't make it work, you can't make it work. And so zoning,
Right.
right? So,
I'm confident we can make it
no,
work.
I'm not.
The plan is underground detention,
Got it.
if we can.
Gotcha. Which are very effective. It's built right.
Yeah.
If there's no other questions, I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion
second.
and a second. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Johnson?
Yay.
Member Friesen?
Yes.
Member Moody?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Givens?
Yes. Moving on, staff.
All right, so the next case just ties in with the previous one. This is a right-of-way abandonment 2023-01. So as we just saw, the applicant was rezoning the two parcels, and there's an unopened alley directly behind them. So they're proposing to abandon an unopened 20-foot right-of-way, I guess alleyway, located to the rear of 4690, 4688, 4686, 4682, 4680, 4678 University Drive. So here's the vicinity map. So the top two parcels are what we just went over. And here's the right-of-way that's not open. So here's the zoning map. These are surrounding uses. To the north, you have University. To the east, you have your university. To the south, you have residential homes. And to the west, you have university. So here's the plat that would take over the original. It's showing the abandonment of the right-of-way. Here's an enlarged photo. And then here's the site plan that we just went over. So the proposal is to connect two separate projects, which can be referenced under Zone 2023-02 and Sub 2023-04. The need for a right-of-way abandonment is triggered by Sub 2023-04, as the unopened right-of-way is a part of the two lots that are being subdivided. Parcels along with 4686, 4682, 4680, and 4678 University Drive currently show an unopened right-of-way in connection to their recorded plat. Sub 2023-04 has triggered the need to abandon the unopened right-of-way to properly replat the area. Each property owner on either side will receive a 10-foot portion of the 20-foot right-of-way that is connected to their parcel. So 4 out of the 6 parcels are owned by Southern Adventist University, and the remaining privately owned property owners have agreed to the receiving land from the right-of-way abandonment. So basically, with the rezone, we have to go do a subdivision, which will allow the university to absorb those 2 parcels. The subdivision is just being done at a staff level. But before we could do that subdivision, we need to abandon that right-of-way, which needs to go through the Planning Commission. So with that, staff recommends the approval of abandonment 2023-01.
Any questions, comments from the applicant?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
And a second. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yay.
Member Friesen,
Yes.
Member Moody,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Givens.
Yes. New business.
All right, so moving on to our new business, zoning case 2023-05. So the applicant is proposing to rezone 2 parcels along the west side of Udawal Ringgold Road from Shopping Center Commercial C2 to Mixed Use Town Center MUTC. The applicant has also submitted a separate subdivision application that proposes a combination of both parcels located at 5421 and 5419 Udawal Ringgold Road. The subdivision can be referenced under project sub 2023-08, and that subdivision is done at the staff level. So here's a vicinity map. We have the Baptist Church to the north for reference in the railroad tracks. So to the north, the surrounding uses for zoning are shopping center commercial. Not shown in this photo, this parcel here is now mixed use business center. That was rezoned, I believe, back in early 2022 or 21. To the east is shopping center commercial. To the south, we have shopping center commercial. To the west, we have low density single 2-family residential. So for the surrounding land uses, to the north, we have a church. To the east is vacant and a storage center. To the south, we have office buildings. And to the west, we have residential homes. So here's a site plan. Just with rezones, everything's conceptual. The applicant doesn't need to really have anything set in stone, but this is what it could potentially look like. So there's 3, I guess, commercial units here that would house maybe a salon, a nail bar, or something like that. So for landscaping, to the street yard to the front, where the frontage is, there's a minimum of 6 feet plus 3 foot of space between the right-of-way, so it's technically 9 feet. There's a 20-foot landscape buffer between the new zone and the residential zones to the west, which would be the rear of the property. The perimeter is 5 foot alongside, and there'd be 1 tree needed every 50 feet. So the request to rezone for shopping center commercial to mixed-use town center would better suit the area, as recent market changes have reduced the need for traditional larger shopping center type uses. Recently, the parcel located at 5450 Walken Street was rezoned to mixed-use business center, MUBC, and provided a similar zoning within the immediate area. The immediate area also includes a diverse mix of commercial uses such as a restaurant, insurance office, a church, storage units, a daycare, and the future townhomes. As the parcel stands today, a use defined in the shopping center commercial zone would be pretty difficult to develop given the minimal space and street orientation of the parcel. Therefore, staff believes a rezone to MUTC would be more capable to the surrounding, or sorry, more compatible to the surrounding area and would give the space more opportunities for development. So with that, staff recommends the approval of zoning case 2023-05, and the applicant, as well as myself, is here for any questions.
Questions or comments? Assuming this will be connected to the city sewer system
Yes.
as well as
I believe so.
stormwater management?
Stormwater, I believe that engineering, Josh, did you remember what Wayne was talking about that?
Yeah, there's sewer taps.
Josh, do you care to approach the mic?
Josh Kane, 423-280-8533. I'm the owner of the property. Basically, what we have here is two parcels of land. We got it zoned into one, abandoned a lot line. And basically what we're wanting to do, instead of doing one 3,000 square foot building, we'd just like to break it up in probably a 1,000 square foot individual units, just to give us more multi-use, not storage buildings, anything like that. Stormwater plan, basically we will have to get that engineered. This was kind of our first step in process of just getting to see what we could do with the property in correlation with the parking, and of course the landscape guidelines and the traffic as well. So that's basically what we got as far as right now. We're just kind of not going to limit ourselves on what the uses are of the actual of the building. So.
Any other comments or questions? Motion.
I move to approve. Second.
Go ahead.
Second.
A motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Member Friesen,
Yes.
Member Moody,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Givens.
Yes.
Okay, so on June 30th, Little Debbie Park opened up to the public. So for the city to accept the park, it has to go through Planning Commission to recommend approval to the City Commission, and then that's when the park could formally be accepted. Just wanted to go through a couple photos from the day of. To say that people were excited for this park is an understatement. Social media was blowing up, and there was multiple articles from the news, radio stations. So that was pretty cool to see. And there was probably at least 300 to 400 people that showed up. That's it. So it really just is on the commission to vote. Then we'll take it to the City Commission.
Questions, comments? Motion.
Move to accept.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yay.
Member Friesen,
Yes.
Member Moody,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Givens.
Yes. Any other items, staff?
Nothing really new from staff. We start our first meeting with the planning firm that's doing our rewrite next week. So we'll get that rolling. I'll probably have updates as we go along that process. Probably take about a year and a half. But we should have a pretty good product once we're done.
Great.
That's it.
Any other comments? Motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn. Second.
Motion and a second.